Hello, Rushman here, welcome back to Umineko When Seagulls Cry. Let us continue. So, the hand of clock passed 22 slightly. So I'm going to guess that with that, Eva's going to regain some confidence going, it's just an attempt to fool us. Yes, regain her confidence, see like, I see your trick for what it is, only to be crushed into the ground when he reappears. That's my expectations, at least. Let's continue. Not sure of that. Ever spoke to Kraus.
兄さん、もう時間だけれども、親族会議、まだ始まらないのかしら？
主賓の到着が遅れている。しばらく待ちたまえ。
いつまで？悪いけど、時間を切ってもらうわよ。お父様がなかなか来ないなんてのを延々と続けて、夜明けまで待たされたらたまらないわ。
親父殿のお越しになる時間を私が約束などできるものか。何を焦っているのだね。まずはコーヒーでも飲んで落ち着かんかね。
兄貴、俺たちは親族会議のために集まってるんだ。
Yeah, it feels like a waste to then not have a family conference.
茶番じゃない。
Okay, sure.
あと30分は待つ。だが、それでダメなら、書斎に押しかけさせてもらうぜ。
押しかけるとは物騒な。当主様への敬いにあまりにも欠ける行為です。
そうよね。ごめんなさい。あと30分はおとなしくしてるわ。30分後にも同じ笑いが浮かべられるか楽しみだわ。
親父殿が死んでいると本気で信じているのかね。
それを今さら議論する気はないわ。お父様がここにやってくればいいだけの話。兄さんを言いまかす必要なんて何もないもの。
Correct.
後宮家当主は正当なる人間へ正当なる手続きをもって継承される。お前が何の策を弄したところで何も抗えんよ。
Well, maybe.
もちろん私もな。
何をわけのわかんないことを。今まで散々自分こそが次期当主だと威張ってきたくせに。
お前の言葉をそのまま返そう。それを今さら議論する気はないね。
It's okay, fine.
親父殿がやってきて自らの口でそれを宣言すればいいだけの話だ。お前を言いまかす必要などどこにもないだったかな。
Kraus casually turned Eva's words back on her. Of course that added oil to Eva's anger, but it didn't ignite, because in that instant the sound of a very loud knock rang out. Both Genji and Kanon were usually very reserved when they knocked. They wouldn't hit the door with such a violent strength. It was like a judge's gavel slamming down in a call for silence. So, everyone went quiet. The door opened slightly, and Genji showed himself. Then, he spoke with a serious tone, different from his usual one. It wasn't the tone he used when carrying out his duties. It was the tone he used when speaking for Kinzo himself. Though just by hearing Genji speak like that, the siblings were struck with a sudden tension, including Kraus.
皆様、ご着席を。
At those words, the dining hall was wrapped in total silence, and everyone hurriedly returned to their designated seats. It was as though students who had been bustling around just before homeroom had suddenly returned to their seats when the teacher came. And it might even have looked humorous. But there was no way anyone would joke about it. Everyone sat in order, and Shannon, Goda, Commissar stood up straight in a row by the wall.
栄光ある後宮家の当主にして金色に輝ける六軒島の領主後宮金蔵卿のおなりであります。
God? Of the double doors that led to a dining hall, Genji opened the right door from the inside, and Cannon opened the left door from the outside. Hello, and welcomed by a respectful bow from those two. Majestically fluttering his cape, Kinzo appeared, with the song Scorpion entrails. Kinzo's gaze had a dignified weight to it. It was hard to believe that he had reportedly been at the end of his life. Genji pulled back Kinzo's seat and motioned for him to sit. But Kinzo stayed standing, signaling with his chin for Genji to move back. Interesting. There might be a reason for that. In any case, I'm not sure what it would be yet.
ようこそ諸君、六軒島へ。何を怯えた顔をしておるのか、エヴァ。
いえ、そんな怯えてるなんて。お父様が大変お元気そうなのでほっとしただけで。
おお。
That's certainly a face there.
エヴァ、お前は相変わらず面白いな。クラウスとの賭けに負けて悔しいと素直に言えばよいのに。言えないよな。
Eva realized that their conversation during the day had indeed been leaked to Kinzo, and she hung her head, turning red.
さてと、我が息子たち娘たち、そしてその伴侶の諸君、お前たちの就寝している我が財産と当主の継承について、今宵は重要な発表をしようと思う。まず最初に、私はひどく失望していることを伝えようと思う。それは今日まで誰にもあの碑文の謎を解くことができなかったということだ。
Even though Kinzo said he was disappointed, a condescending smile rose to his face, as though there was no way the likes of these could solved it, and his gaze passed through all of them.
私はあれを解けた者に全てを譲り渡すつもりでいた。しかし今日までに誰も解くことができず、我が全ては誰にも継承されることなくここに至っているわけだ。情けない。
Oh, his eyes.
お前たちの中にそれを受け継ぐ資格を持つ人間が現れなかったことが、私は心底残念であり、そして情けなくざまあないと思っている。
The siblings hung their heads in silence. Of course, they would have solved it if they could. True, they couldn't deny that they'd wasted a golden opportunity. It was just so hard.
よって私は碑文の謎にて我が継承者を選ぶことをここに中止することを宣言する。
Interesting. Not how I expected it to turn out.
つまりはタイムオーバー。ゲームオーバーというわけだ。
I'm kind of expecting to go, because by this point we'd already been quite a bit into the third game. Because this is what, part 27 now? By this point in time, Ed already had the well, he'd already found the gold and was being proclaimed the next Switch. So I'm expecting the trials to go pretty fast this time.
残念だったな、お前たち。お前たちには等しく公平にチャンスがあったはずなのに、それが今ここについえた。
It truly sounded like Kinzo was making a victory proclamation.
ならば、当主は長男のクラウスに継承されるのか?
And he'll go through all the siblings and go, Maria will succeed. Maybe, who knows.
答えはノーである。わかっているよな、クラウス。お前には確かに次期当主という肩書きを与えた。
But you rested on your laurels?
だが、お前はそれに溺れただけだ。
Okay, that too.
次期当主というのはどういう意味かわかるか？
お父さんの後を継ぐという意味です。
違う！
It literally means one to succeed.
次期当主というのは当主が約束されたものではない。いいか、クラウス。
On he gave.
二度と教えないからよく聞けよ。次期当主というのはな、自分以外にも当主を狙う奴がいたら、その花を徹底的にへし折って二度と逆らえないようにしてやる奴のことを言うのだ。これは何も当主だけのことではない。金についても言える。金持ちというのは金を持っている奴のことではない。
Some of it's fulfilled.
自分より金を持っている奴すべてを叩き潰し、そして誰よりも金をかき集められる奴のことを言うのだ。才能も同じ。天才とは才能に秀でた奴のことではない。自分より秀でた奴を全て叩き潰し、自分を天才と全ての人間に呼ばせることを力とカリスマで強要できる奴を指している。お前はその全てにおいて勘違いしているのだよ。だから次期当主の器ではないのだよ。
勉強になります。
Perhaps that truly was Kinzo's philosophy. As a result of faithfully carrying out that rant-like philosophy of his, Kinzo had glorified the Ushimiya family to the state it was in today. Maybe hard to imagine after his immersion in the occult in recent years. But that brutally overbearing outlook was no more or less than Ushimiya Kinzo's charisma and aura.
このような不甲斐ないクラウスに後ろ宮家の全てを継承する資格などない。
It's interesting that he's talking about being qualified to inherit specifically everything in the Ushimiya family. So perhaps some kind of split might also be split with the servants. Is my current thoughts. We'll see.
ならば、エヴァ、ルドルフ、ローザの3人にはあるのか?
I think we all know the answer here is going to be no.
これもノーである。非分の謎を解けず、さりとてクラウスを引きずり下ろす策も浪せず。 お前たちにできたのは3人寄せ集めで共同戦線を張ってクラウスから金をせびろうとしたことだけ。しかもその策も浅はかそのもの。
I guess the other option would be no one gets anything.
クラウス一人を追い詰めることさえできやしない。情けないことこの上なし。次期当主の座をどんなことをしてでも奪い取ろうという貪欲さが足りぬ。欲しいもののためにはいかなる犠牲も払い、どこまでも貪欲となるべし、強欲となるべし。幸運の女神は貪欲なる者にこそ微笑む。その野生の精神がないお前たち3人にクラウス同様に継承の資格などありはしない。
Everyone to the rest had no words to respond with. They couldn't calculate what it was Kinzo was about to say. Was Kinzo actually planning to proclaim that no one would succeed the headship? If so, that would work to Ever-Rosa and Rudolph's advantage. After all, in the end, they'd just have to renegotiate everything among the siblings after Kinzo's death, splitting the inheritance evenly. It would surely be more troublesome if a specific person's name was raised and proclaimed to be the successor. But would Kinzo really say something to benefit any of the 4 siblings after demeaning them so much?
まさか誰にも引き継がないからと財産を全て慈善団体にでも寄付するとか言い出すつもりじゃないでしょうね。
Please, he isn't the type of person to do that. He'd throw it all into the sea sooner than give it to charity.
お父様ならやりかねないという恐怖はあるわ。
頭に血が上ってるだけさ。しばらくは聞き流すしかね
ではお父さん、次期当主についてはどういうお考えをお持ちですか？
お前たちに完全に失望した以上、私は誰に引き継ぐ気も失った。よって後宮家はこれで終わる。
I feel like I've said this before in a previous part, but have you considered murder?
私の代で終わりだ。
Well, it ends with 2 generations below you, but sure. I guess in terms of headship, it ends with your generation, but.
そういうわけには。
後宮家などあの震災の時にとっくに滅んでおるわ。今の後宮家など私がつかの間だけ見ている黄金の幻想に過ぎぬのだ。私が夢より覚めれば終わる程度のもの。この世など全ては夢、幻。生など死という目覚めの前には白チュームと同じよ。
How's the song go? Life is but a dream. Anyway.
ああ、そうだ。元よりそうだったのだ。私が死ぬ時に全てを失うのがベアトリーチェとの契約、そして呪い。さあ行くか、ベアトリーチェ。お前を捕らえるのはこの私だ。今宵それは現実となるだろう。
Night. Not in the morning. Night. For a while, Kinzo was overcome with cackling, and his eyes bulged. Whenever he talked about Beatrice, it was always both eloquent and insane.
お前たちのような愚かなる息子たちなどまさに白チューム。初めからいなかったも同然よ。消えろ、覚めろ。真実の私のまどろみと共に消え去ってしまえ。私を継承するに値する何者も築き上げてこなかった出来損ないどもめ。
I was just thinking, watch him go on this whole rant and then just die in front of them. Like fall over, already dead.
金蔵さん、よろしいかな。
何か我が友よ。
Nanjo nervously raised his hand, asking to speak. Kinzo allowed him to.
金蔵さんの気持ちもわかる。子供たちを愛するがゆえに大きな期待を寄せ、それゆえに期待を裏切られたような気持ちになる親心、同じく子供や孫を持つ身としてよくわかります。しかし金蔵さんは非凡だ、天才だ。そんな金蔵さんに追いついて当然というんではちょいとひどすぎるんじゃないかね。それでもそんな金蔵さんに追いつこうと、クラウスさんもエヴァさんもルドルフさんもローザさんも、そしてその伴侶の皆さんもよく頑張っています。
ほほう、よく頑張ってどの程度の金を稼ぎ上げたというのか。
Bet. Yeah.
事業にことごとく失敗して借金を抱え、未だに私のすねをかじろうという間抜けどものどこがよく頑張っていると言えるのか。
The thing is, debt is very useful though, if you're like in a business, for example, because of things like leverage. Basically, let's say you can buy a log. Let's say you've got $100. You buy 5 logs of that, and make 5 chairs out of it, and then sell those chairs for $10. Now you've made $100, so you end up with, well, you end up with 200, so you've made $100. Now suppose instead you take out a loan for $1,000. Now you can buy 50 logs and make 50 chairs, and if you sell them again for $10, now that's Did I miss some? I said 50 chairs before, right? Yeah, so 500 chairs, and now you've made $2,000, but then you pay back the loan for $1,000, and then maybe like an extra 100 for the interest. You still made $800, and so that's how leverage is very useful in business. That's a very useful tool. It does need to be used correctly. It can be risk and shouldn't be taken lightly, but it is extremely useful. Money begets money. And yeah, at least in the case for some of them, they need the money to be able, yeah, so Eva and Hideyoshi, it's more that they need the money to defend their investments rather than actually needing the money. Yeah, they don't have liquid assets at the moment, basically. That's one of the things that's good for. If you need money on hand, it's money that you have but you don't have available or accessible, basically. That's another one of the uses for that. There's a couple more, but I'll leave it there for now. And yeah, with what was it? With Rudolph? That's not really his business thing. That's him being sued over something else, I think. What was it? Is it like patent infringement or something? Anyway, it isn't quite related to business money. Rosa, I forget why Rosa needs money though. Krauser, yeah, he is losing money. Oh, that, I mean, if money is invested, it will eventually pay itself off, likely. But the issue is getting it to that stage, as has been mentioned in previous episodes. Alright, continuing on.
この世のすべては金として結晶しているのだ。
Okay, here's another thing. Money is not the value for which things are traded, it's the value by which things are traded. It's an intermediary. It's a very useful intermediary, but it's an intermediary. Money by itself isn't useful. It's the movement of capital that's actually useful.
それがつかめぬということは、この世をつかんでおらぬということ。
Any economics lesson for once. Don't get many of those in this channel.
魂がこの世をしっかりつかんでおらぬということは、生きるに値せぬということだ。消えろ。我が生と現実から消え去ってしまえ。
それは暴論です。その理論から言ったら、私だって生きていてはいけないことになる。
And hence you shall die tonight as well.
そんな私でも金蔵さんと過ごしたチェスの時間は共に価値あるものだったと信じていますぞ。世の中お金で買えないものもたくさんあることを金蔵さん自身が誰よりもご存知のはずだ。
Yeah, can Beatrice be bought with money? Probably not, because she's the one buying you with money? Or something like that? As the siblings motionlessly hung their heads, they cheered Nanjo on inside their hearts. Not one of the siblings could offer their opinion in front of Kinzo in a rage. Kinzo's close friend Nanjo alone was allowed to. Even though Kinzo had raged so fiercely, after being admonished by Nanjo, he nodded several times as though in agreement. The surprisingly obedient side of him might have seemed cute. I wasn't expecting that, but there was no one here who could laugh.
確かに息子さんたちは金蔵さんほどの財は築き上げられなかったかもしれない。まあそれでも私から見れば羨ましいほどのお金持ちではありますがな。しかしお金だけでなくお金では買えないたくさんのものを築き上げました。
I mean, yeah, just look at George, for example. Although Kinzo doesn't like George either.
それについて言えば金蔵さんにも負けないくらいです。
ほう。金で買えぬ何を積み上げたというのか。
幸せです。家族です。彼らは素晴らしい伴侶を見つけ、子を産み、それぞれの幸せな家庭を築かれています。
So in terms of Nanjo saying, like, yeah, they've built other things that are no way inferior to you. In terms of family, together they've had 4 children, which is the same as Kinzo. So together they build up to that, but individually they're less, right?
あなたの一族を繁栄させ、そして孫を連れ帰ってきてくれました。孫はいいですぞ。私たち年寄りは私たちには見ることもかなわぬ新しき時代を生きるだろう若き孫に無限の未来を想像するのです。それは老境の唯一の楽しみではありませんか。思い出しなさい、金蔵さん。彼らが初めて孫を連れて帰ってくれた時の喜びを息子さんたちは、そして孫たちは金蔵さんの偉業を後の世まで伝え模範としてくれることでしょう。 それはお金がいくらあろうとも孤独なる身にはなせぬことです。
The siblings are all nodded in agreement to the right, not at all because it's self-serving. Certainly, Kinzo had looked happy when his grandchildren had just been born, back when he still had some sanity in his heart. However, did Kinzo's heart still contain a human's warmth?
それはつまり私が成した巨万の富の代わりに
They have created happiness? Humbug. In any case, I will be ending it there for today. I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know your feedback if you have in the comments. And does Kinzo's heart still contain a human's warmth? Until next time, see ya.